What I'm about to share is perhaps one of the greatest unspoken temptations that you and I have, and probably one of the greatest failures that I have. Let me explain. Since leaving full-time ministry, God has blessed our family far more than what we deserve. And with that blessing, He has given us plenty of opportunities to bless others. And we do. We give far more than we ever have in our lives. Now listen, in John 21, Jesus has just asked Peter 3 times, "Do you love me?" Then He said this, "You will stretch out your hands and another will dress you and carry you where you don't want to go." In other words, He is describing to Peter the kind of death that he's going to die. And here's the greatest failure, verse 20 and 21. Peter, after hearing this, he turned and he saw the disciple whom Jesus loved and he said, "Lord, what about this man?" He's like, hey, what's going to happen to him? What's going to happen to him? What's going to happen to them? You see, we have this tendency to move our focus from God's plan for us to God's plan for them, and we get preoccupied with what they've got going on rather than what God's got going on inside of us. Here's where my thinking takes a turn. You see, I want to give to others. I really do, but I want to do it on my terms. And sometimes I feel like I'm being taken advantage of and others are taking advantage of the blessing. I know, it sounds ridiculous, but do you ever get there? I mean, you got a little bit extra and you want to be generous and you start thinking of whom you can bless and names start rolling through your head and you think, well, they always get handouts. Or if they didn't spend their money on cigarettes and alcohol, they could afford nicer stuff. Or maybe we think something just a little bit more critical, like they don't deserve it or they just want something for nothing. Yet, isn't that how we live? I mean, everything that we have has been given to us from God. It's His, and we just get to be stewards over His stuff. Who or what gives us the right to determine who should be blessed and who shouldn't be? I mean, that's not our place. Listen to Paul's observation that he made to the churches of Macedonia. He said that they gave themselves, first of all, to the Lord. You see, maybe our focus is off. And without even realizing it, we have become more concerned about what God is doing in somebody else's life rather than what He's doing in our life. So what about you? I mean, do you need to change your focus? Because I know that I do. And when I change my focus from the external to the internal, I know that the heart of man is going to connect with the heart of God. Knowing this, I can't understand why we continuously focus on everybody else except for us. I don't understand why we're so concerned about what God is doing in somebody else's life rather than what He's doing in our life. We miss out on so much because we're not focused on the right thing. So, will you join with me and refocus on the thing that is most important so that your heart can connect with the heart of God and you can experience His presence like never before? God bless.